Welcome back to Raise Your Drink with me, Leisha. Today is a really exciting day because today we are going to use an egg. Today we are using an egg white in our cocktail. We're going to be doing the whiskey sour. The whiskey sour is a classic and I thought it was the perfect cocktail to introduce you to using egg whites if you haven't used them before. If you have, you know the magic that's in this little egg. Egg whites have been used in cocktails for years. Actually, whole eggs have been used in cocktails like going way back to like the 1600s in England, which is mind-blowing, but you know, you have to get your protein in. Egg whites bring a luxurious like texture to a cocktail, this great mouthfeel, and they make a cocktail feel like rich and fabulous and super sexy. Like, what a way to entertain your guests. Entertain yourself. Do you? So what you're going to need some whiskey. I have chosen to use bourbon. Bourbon is my favorite type of whiskey. You can use any type of whiskey that you want. You can use Irish, Scotch, Japanese, all of those work really well. The only whiskey that I recommend not using in this would be something like a sour mash whiskey, just because it tends to be very sweet and we are adding some sugar to it. So if you've decided to use something like Jack Daniels, because that's what you have at home, cut the sugar volume in half. You're going to need some whiskey, some lemon juice, and some brown sugar simple syrup. If you haven't got your simple syrup made already, we are doing equal parts. I have an entire video on syrups and I will make sure to link it for you, so just quick, easy access. You're also going to need one small egg. When using egg whites in cocktails, I always try to get store-bought just because they're already pasteurized and it is a raw egg, so better be safe than sorry, although I'm sure any alcohol in it would kill anything that's trying to get you. Before we go and get right into our cocktails, please hit that subscribe button. Continue to learn, continue to help me help you. As always, we are going to start with the cheapest ingredient first. The other thing you need to know about egg white cocktails before we begin, we are going to do a new technique which you haven't seen here before. We are going to do something called a dry shake. A dry shake simply means adding all of the ingredients and shaking it without ice. The reason that we are doing this, we're trying to incorporate as much air and we're just trying to incorporate all those ingredients together before we add ice to cool it down. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my egg white. So you want to crack your egg white, you want to crack your egg and just, oh no, I got it. Just go back and forth. So in goes the egg white. Then we are going to go in, egg white is in here, then we are going to go in with 1 ounce of brown sugar simple syrup, 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Using fresh juice in cocktails, like, that's a no-brainer. Don't be using any of those squeezy bottles. You know, those squeezy little things that you'd see on Pancake Tuesday. You can buy a lemon. Buy a lemon for this one. Also, then we're going to go in with 2 ounces of bourbon or whatever whiskey. Now with this, you want to make sure that you get a good tight seal in the beginning. Normally we do add the ice. Once the ice hits the tin, it begins to expand and creates that perfect seal for you. You're not going to get this yet because we haven't added ice yet, so make sure you give it a good, tight, firm seal. I also recommend doing it vertically for something like this. So straight down, normally we would kind of put it at an angle. So we're going to go straight down for this one. Give it a whack, and then we're going to shake this for about 10 to 20 seconds. But you're going to shake it like your cocktail depends on it. Okay. Then we're going to give it a little whack. Now we are going to go and add our ice to the shaker. Okay, ice is in here. We're going to go ahead and give it another seal. Then we're going to shake it again for about another 10 to 15 seconds. Give it a little whack to release. Oh, beautiful. Now that that has been shaken up, I am going to serve this in a nice little whiskey glass, and I am going to serve it with 1 cube of ice. Just for texture. Right over. Don't be afraid of the egg white. I know it's quite daunting, and I remember the first time that I saw it on a menu, I was like, wait, what? There's an egg in this? Like, how? It really just adds the most like perfect texture to your cocktail. This cocktail, you can do whatever you want. I am going to do a lemon peel and a dash of aromatic bitters. So you just want to expel that lemon peel over the sides of the glass to get all those oils out. Pop it in the side. And then I'm going to do 1 dash of aromatic bitters on top. You can see as that begins to settle, that perfect foam on top. That is the egg white hard at work, making the creamiest, most luxurious mouthfeel for you. Now, you go to a bar or a restaurant, and these are like $14, $15, like 12, 13 euro. You can do this. It really isn't difficult. We just did it. It's all a matter of trying. I know the egg white might be daunting to some people, but the difference in the drink, the money's in the drink. So, cheers. Let's give it a taste. Oh, it's lovely. The bourbon comes through. The lemon holds its own. It's really, really good. Such an easy, delicious drink to make that will really like wow your guests, wow your husband, wow your wife. Wow your wife with this. Everybody should know how to make something like this. But egg whites in cocktails, like once you make it, you'll be like, wow, you want to add egg whites into everything. Egg whites are great in something like a Grey Lady, so gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, and an egg white. Mind blown. The difference is crazy. So if you have a couple extra eggs on hand, now you know how to use them up. If you haven't already, please head over to Instagram and follow me on there. I'm on there at Raise Your Drink. Definitely add this to your recipe card collection. That extra dry shake as a note is very, very important. It just builds up the air and gives that creamy, creamy texture. If you don't have your recipe cards, they're on raiseyourdrink.com, my blog. There's a little box down the bottom, fill in your email and I will email these over to you. It's just a great way to keep all of your recipes together. If you have any questions about this or any concerns or any cocktails that you want to learn how to make that you've been eyeing up and just haven't taken the plunge yet, please leave me a message, DM me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for taking the fuss out of fancy with me, and we'll see you next time.